Okay. If you've got a scratchy volume pot on your DX or DMX, this is how you can clean it. You're going to want to start by cutting the wire at the top that goes to the top contact, and then unsolder all three of the wires on the pot. And once you've got the wires off, then you can bend up the tabs that hold the back on. I like to use these diagonal cutters to get some leverage under the tab to get it started. You don't want to cut through or bend the tab extremely, just gently get it started. And then I use long nose pliers to straighten out the tabs the rest of the way. And then the back will just pop right off. You can see the two strips there. One is a metal strip and the other is the resistive element. And I like to use alcohol and a Q-tip. 99% alcohol is better than rubbing alcohol, which contains mineral oil. So then you can just use the Q-tip and clean the dirt and gunk off there. And then I use a contact cleaner for the slider part. Just a little bit on a Q-tip, and then you can clean the tips of the metal slider. Make sure you don't bend it out of shape, or if it is bent out of shape, you can straighten it out. It should stick up a bit and be springy, so it puts pressure on the resistive element when it's put back together. This is fader grease, which I get from DMX, which I get from Keg, the people that make DMX. And you just want a very, very thin film on all the sliding parts here. You might even remove the excess if you put a little too much on there with a Q-tip. And then making sure you've got it oriented the right way, you can put the back on. And then bend the tabs back in place. I just kind of push on them with the end of the pliers. And then push them all the way down so they're flat again. Then just solder the wires back on. On the top wire, you might need to cut off a little bit of the plastic tubing, if there is any, so you have enough bare end of wire to solder back on. And usually there's enough slack in the wire that you can just put the two cut ends back into the terminal on the end of the pot. But if it's too short, you can always add a little piece of wire to reconnect everything together. So make sure you get both ends of the wire securely in place, and then maybe add a little bit of fresh solder there. And that's it.